Hello students, we are discussing the chapter indefinite integration and we are discussing in this module sums based on angle adjustment. We have already seen certain sums on angle adjustment. Let us take this one. Now in this module they are asking us to evaluate the integral 1 upon cos of x minus a sine of x minus b dx. The very first step in the solution is copying the question, so let's copy that. Now let us analyze what are we supposed to do. My dear students, if you recall, in the type angle adjustment, we are supposed to write the angle in the numerator in terms of angle in the denominator. This is the method. But my dear students, here there is a problem. There is no trigonometric function in the numerator and therefore I cannot think of adjusting the angle in the numerator. So one problem which I am seeing here is no trigonometric function is seen in the numerator. So in this case, what we are supposed to do is introduce a trigonometric function in the numerator. Now my dear students, we have to introduce a trigonometric function. So which trigonometric function should we introduce? For that, students, you have to remember something. Here we have two different trigonometric functions in the denominator. One is cos, the other one is sine. So we have two different functions in the denominator. Now whenever you have such a combination, that is sine and cos in the denominator, then we multiply by cos of a minus b. You may also multiply divided by cos of b minus a. Generally, it is cos of a minus b, which is seen in many books. So we will multiply divided by cos of a minus b. And when are we supposed to do this? When the two trigonometric functions in the denominator are different. So how do we remember these, students? Whenever we have to multiply divide by cos of a minus b, we may remember it like this. It is a scenario where the two ratios are different. So when the two ratios are different, we will multiply divide by cos. So you may see, students, we have highlighted certain alphabets. One is D and the other is C. So what are we supposed to remember? We are supposed to remember that when it is different, it is cos. So you may remember it as DC is what you can remember. Direct current is what you can learn in physics. So therefore DC is what you can use here. Let us see how do we proceed in this case. Now my dear students, after seeing the step 2, we can think of adjusting the angle in the numerator in terms of angle in the denominator. So cos of a minus b is there. So what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to write a minus b in terms of the two angles in the denominator. The second different part about this sum is there are two trigonometric functions and both the angles have to be seen in the numerator. So I have to write a minus b in terms of x minus a and x minus b. Let me explain you the calculation here. Now students, a minus b is there. So let us write a minus b as it is. They want x minus a and x minus b. So what we'll do is add, subtract x. And let us group it now. X minus a, x minus b. So let me put x minus b together because I see a plus x, I see a minus b. So let me put x minus b together. From the remaining two terms, can I write plus of a minus x? Correct? But what we require is x minus a. So it is clear to you. From the second bracket, we'll take a minus common to get the next step as x minus b minus of x minus a. Or we can say that we have adjusted a minus b in terms of x minus a and x minus b. So what will my numerator look like? So before I go to the numerator, I'll have 1 upon cos of a minus b integral cos of. Now instead of a minus b, what should I write? I should write x minus b minus of x minus a. Don't worry, students, this is just for your reference. Now I will replace this a minus b with x minus a and x minus b. Is that okay, students? Let us take this step to the next page and for our reference I'll put it here. Now students, the steps remain the same as we have seen in the earlier module. If you see or if you observe, the numerator is of the form cos of a minus b. Cos of a minus b, where a I can treat as x minus b and b I can treat as x minus a. So what is cos of a minus b formula? It's cos a cos b. So let us write here cos of x minus b cos of x minus a plus sin a sin b. So here it will become plus of sin of x minus b sin of x minus a. Obviously the denominator does not change. So upon cos of x minus a sin of x minus b and dx has to be there. Is that okay, students? Now again, the denominator is a single term, and wherever denominator is a single term, we know we have to separate. So let us write that as sec of a minus b as it is. And now we will separate to get integral of cos x minus b cos x minus a upon cos of x minus a sin of x minus b. Correct? Plus, now the numerator, sin of x minus b sin of x minus a upon cos x minus a sin x minus b. Now dear students, here what we can see is cos of x minus a gets cancelled in the first set of terms and sin of x minus b gets cancelled in the second set of terms. So therefore, in the next step I can have sec of a minus b integral of cot x minus b dx plus integral of tan x minus a dx. Now we have two standard formulas both for cot and tan. So in the next step I am just going to apply the integral formula of cot and integral of tan. So to get sec of a minus b remains as it is. Now my dear students, what is integral of cot x minus b? Cot x minus b, my dear students, it is what? It is log of sin x minus b, and likewise integral of tan x minus a will become log of sec x minus a. So let us write that also. So log of sec x minus a plus c has to follow. Is the answer over? No, my dear students. We can simplify this further using the properties of logarithms. So let us do that. Sec of a minus b remains as it is. Now my dear students, log of sin x minus b, let me put that as it is. There is no simplification possible. Now plus log of sec, now plus means multiplication, but I will write sec as 1 upon cos. So can I say upon cos of x minus a plus c. Now there is no further simplification possible, so this is our final answer. So here we saw how to deal with two different trigonometric functions in the denominator and no trigonometric function in the numerator. Let us take one example as homework for our practice. So you may try this. Again you can check, there are two ratios and they are different, so you will multiply by cos of a minus b. That's all we have in this module, dear students. Thank you very much.